Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Migrant Hub channel. Today we're actually going to be talking about money habits that are keeping you poor. We all know that the result of our lives is based off of the habits that we have or the habits that we keep. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Are there certain habits that you may identify with when I talk about that are definitely helping in your poverty line instead of helping you get richer and wealthier? Come along with me and I will catch you guys in the video. So guys, the first habit that we're going to talk about is trying to keep up with social media and trying to keep up with expensive taste. Now we're seeing this so much, especially in this social media era, social media age. Many of us, right, let's be very inclusive, we tend to spend above our means. We see someone with a brand new pair of Balenciagas, we go and buy those pair of Balenciagas just because we want to keep up with the times, just because we want to keep up with, the fashion world, just because we want to keep up with expensive taste. I always say this, you never know till you know, right? You don't know if the people who you're kind of mimicking your life over have a lot of money. You don't know if it's credit card debt. And as we always talk about, if you don't have the money to pay, don't go out there and spend it. So one habit that could definitely be keeping you poor, which you don't even realize, is trying to keep up with people with expensive taste or the latest designer this and designer that. Now, I'm not saying don't spend money on designer, but if you don't have it, don't spend it. Period, boo. Are you guys ready for this? Is not paying yourself first. What does it mean by to pay yourself first? Paying yourself first means after the government takes out their portion of taxes from our income, from your bi-weekly paycheck, is having some money that you can save towards a particular goal, or you can just have to call your own before paying out expenses. A lot of us, when we get our paychecks, we immediately take out rent, we take out utilities. Guys, I read a book one time that said, regardless of what happens, you will figure out how your bills need to be paid, right? Regardless, I'm going to make sure that I have mortgage, I'm going to make sure I have rent, make sure all those things are taken care of. But paying yourself first is a very easy way in which you can build wealth, in which you can build financial independence, and you feel better because the government takes out the money without even asking us. So why are we withholding all that goodness from ourselves? Now, one of the ways in which you can definitely pay yourself first is set up direct deposit, right? Set up that one account that, okay, this is where everything goes to for my travel expenses, for example. Now, the fifth money habit that could definitely be keeping you poor is you're not having a method or a way to understand your finances. Basically saying your finances are all over the place. Get them in order, please, ladies and gentlemen, because that could be keeping you poor. What does that mean? If I were to ask you how much federal taxes get taken out of your paycheck, how much state taxes get taken out of your paycheck, you need to know these things, ladies and gentlemen, because it is your money. You work for it and you deserve to know all of these things. Having a good understanding, and nobody is asking you to be an expert, to be like top of the chart, but at least you need to know how your money works. You need to have a good grasp to say, okay, this month I spent $3,000, this month I spent $500, because that would help you be able to plan for the future. We all know that when it comes to financial independence, when it comes to personal finance, planning is key. Strategy is key. You need to know how those things work. All right, another reason why you can be staying poor. Guys, I'm allergic to poverty, bro. It is getting too comfortable with debt. Many of us, and I'll say us because we all do it sometimes, we are like, oh, I need to buy a new thing. Oh, let me just go get a new credit card. Not thinking, do I have the money to be able to pay for it? Ladies and gentlemen, please, a way in order to reduce your expenses is you have to limit how much debt you have. And debt is basically saying, I'm taking money from this bank or from this institution or from this person with the hopes of paying it back, right? And saying that I owe that person this amount of money. One habit that could definitely be keeping you poor is getting too comfortable with debt. Just saying, oh, debt is freely and heavily available, which it is in America. But at the same time too, that doesn't mean that you need to use it every single time. And I always say this, If you don't know how you're gonna repay it, please don't take that debt. Many of us have crazy credit card fees. Many of us have a lot of interest that we need to pay, and it keeps accruing every month, month after month after month. If you're too comfortable with that and you have like some 15 credit cards which you're not even monitoring and interest is accruing on that, 100% that's probably why your finances are not going up, and you're definitely not where you want to be. Now, the last money habit that could definitely be keeping you poor is waiting to start investing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that I wish I started a long time ago. Investing, whether it's in real estate, the stock market, crowdfunding, whatever it is, investing in someone else's business. In order to be wealthy, right? In order to have some extra money, we cannot just depend on our day-to-day job. Yes, you might be able to make some money in our day-to-day job, but even people who are, big people in corporate positions, they still take some of that money and reinvest it in the market, reinvest it in, real estate. You have to think about ways in which you can invest so that you're not putting in extra hours per se to be able to get something out of it, so that you don't have to be clocking in two different jobs to be able to say, okay, I have some extra $3,000, $4,000. Give you a very quick and very snippet. I have some money in the stock market. Recently, it's been going higher and higher and higher, like my stocks. Now, I don't even check it every day, which I probably shouldn't be telling people, but I don't check my Robinhood account every single day. But the other day I checked and I was like, ooh, that looks good, because my stocks are doing amazing and they're doing well. I'll do a whole nother video about the stock market and all that jazz. But for now, at least, guys, I don't have to work at the stock market. I don't have to actively trade. I'm not an active trader, but the money is growing, and what I put in there is definitely less than what I'm getting out. So what does that mean? I'm making a profit. So you can clearly see a benefit of investing. Now, I really encourage you to take a look at it and think about it. Hey guys, so I hope that those tips were helpful, and honestly I hope that you really learned something today, because I did as I was prepping for this video about money habits that we may kind of be indulging in that are keeping us from being poor. I hope that this video was helpful, and I'll catch you guys in my next episode. Be sure to like, share, comment and subscribe, and bye.